Hi, in this video, I will create a sales order. Let's look at our project. Previous videos, we created activity table report. And this video, I want to create a class that creates a new sales order from that monthly report. For that, let's create a new class. Uh, okay, let's create this one. I need a run method for this one. So it's not working fast. First of all, what kind of parameters I need for this table? First, I need to know a customer because I need to create a sales order to that customer. And of course, an amount, maybe currency code, and of course a, a item ID because I need to use an item ID. It will be uh, it will I will use a standard item ID. It's not that important, but in real life probably I need to create a parameter about that item, maybe a match table for this kind of thing. But for this example, I will use a predefined item ID. So let's create cast account. Okay, item ID, amount, create currency code. Okay. Now I need to create parameters this uh, for this uh, variables. I can copy from my other classes. Let's copy one of them. Okay. I don't need item ID. I just need amount. Let's create for amount. And currency code. Okay, let's start. Sorry. Now I need also a number sequence for this one. So let's create, and because I will create a sales ID first. So let's create a variable for that. Also number. Okay. Now let's start. First of all, I want to use TTS for this one because if there's a problem, I want rollback. Uh, First, let's start with creating number sequence. New get num can use this one, and I will use space parameters. Fine, sorry, not fine. Number breath. Say so. Can use this one like this. If I said used, it will not used again. Now I can use this table. First, let's clear the table buffer. Then start. Okay. Now we need to point past the count, of course. Okay. Now there are lots of fields in sales table, but most of them is not important. But we can call uh, a method like this. This will uh, this will give lots of default values to our sales table, and we can use also inline site ID. And I have a site with alt 4. Of course, it's not best practice to use like this, but for training, I use this one. Now, as I said, there are lots of other fields, for example, shipping date or recipient date, etc. But I don't need any of them. Uh, so I can write like this. Now my sales table is ready. Now I can create sales line. For sales line, also I need actually a inventory dimension. So let's create an inventory here. First of all, let's start with sales line. Also, I will call clear, and let's call, for example, init value method. We talked about init value before. Giving if there's default values, it will give these. Of course, I need to current sales ID. Okay. Also, I have a method called init run sales table. Okay. Now we can select my ID. Also, now I can call item change method. This will give lots of default values too. And okay, let's create event dim at this point. I have only event site. This is 4, and I will use like the first. Let's clear also this one. Yes, we use find or create for most of the times. Best practice to use. So there's one site ID and okay. Ask me parameters. Now I need to set some fields to, for example, sales QTA and will be 1. Also sales price, and this will be amount. Also I need line amount, and for this one I can use calc line amount method. And now it's almost ready. Let's write our validate right. Hmm. Okay. So if I can use, of course, insert, but it's best practice to use create line method for this one because create line method has lots of parameters. For example, for first validation, of course, true. Second is sales order. I can call true. Third, order category, yes, true. And calc inventory QTA, true. Okay. Search markup, false, not important for us. And search price, also false. We don't have price list. And check reservation, also false. And skip credit limit checks, yes, true. And no, it's enough. Okay, now uh, our uh, our creation of sales order is completed. Of course, there are lots of other fields in sales table and sales line, but mainly we are choosing a customer, a event site, and event location. If there is other inventory dimension you want to add, you can from here, of course. Also, there are lots of other fields related to your requirement, but it's enough for our demo purpose. And this will create an open order. If I want to post this with codes, I can do that too. For that, I need a class called sales form letter. Let's do that too. Sales form letter. And after TTS, of course, can write like this. Sales form letter, sales form letter, construct, document status. There are lots of uh, types here. For example, we don't want invoice. Maybe we just want to confirmation automatically. Let's do that. And sorry. Now I need to just call update method and I need to give sales table to this update method. Now I just uh, automatically confirm this sales order. Now we write a class to create a sales order, but we didn't call it from our expense report. So let's go back to our report. And let's create a new button here and call that create sales order. Okay. Now with method, I will override clicked method, and in this click method, I can call my class, or I can call another method in that uh, in that. Let me create. Let's copy in form, but for this one, let's create like this. Sorry, start the session again. Of course, it's not best practice to use like this. Okay. Now I need to give these values, and previous video we calculate these values with this activity report management class. We have these values, but it's not a global value. So I will create a global value for total amount, and I will show this one amount. Let's go back here. And for currency and cost customer, I will use this one. And for currency code, I will use my data source because I have a currency field there. Sorry. I forgot. Let me look at. Hmm. We don't have we forget to add currency code item. We have total expense here, but we don't have currency. Let me look at our other groups. Pounds. Okay, it's not important. We can create, but let's give. Also, in my class, let's create info. Okay, now everything is ready. Now we can run our project and see if it's working. Let's run. Okay, I run my project and here is my create sales order and I clicked it and I have some errors. It says you need to request ship date and category fields. Now we can fill that field too. They are not an important issue. Let's go back and look at our ship, ship dates. First, these fields in we can set this field in sales table and first let's say shipping ship, shipping date requested maybe today. Yes, that's not important. And also receipt date maybe requested. Okay. And this is also maybe today plus start. Okay. Now probably we have an issue in category 2, but I will run and test again. Also, I want to close this one because of performance issues. I want to see the results fast. So let's start again. Okay, again, there is some errors. Let's look at it. Needs group, customer, and currency field. I'm actually giving customer and currency, but why these are not working, I'm not sure. I will look at this one, but probably our code has some field missing. I will find and put it down to my code. But for this video, it's took a very long time, so I will not continue. Uh, it's a sorry. This way, we can create sales order and we can call from our, of course, forms. Now it's enough for our demo purpose. I hope it's helping. Happy Ducks.